Resident Evil 0. There, I got it out without having to stammer on it for like an hour. Resident Evil 0. NavigatorEX here, and that is the game. So, starting with a little good news and a little bad news on that note. Game-related. This game-related specifically. The bad news being that last week I forgot entirely to save after beating that bat. The good news is I remembered it in time to actually go back and re-fight the bat. I don't know if I spent more ammo this time. I don't know. But being able to save again meant, you know, re-equipping the clothes before saving, so hey, Billy styling. Ah, boy, let's look at some stats here. Now there is one other piece of well, shit. One other piece of shit that needs to be taken care of before I can progress. I don't think I saved after that. No. So, the reason I actually leave this, what am I thinking? The reason I actually started the stream up early, well, started the game up earlier, was so that I could figure out the church advance thing, because, you know, you got the whole bat issue, and you got this. It looks like you could use something to get up there. And somehow, until 1 o'clock this afternoon, I totally forgot that these two have a grappling hook. I mean, I just don't know what to say about that. So that is a thing. That is a solved problem there. The only part that isn't solved is getting back to get that grappling hook without, you know, wasting all of my ammo. So I'm going to, for one, when I go back, I need to also grab the ink ribbons that are available. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to... What am I thinking? I don't want to leave him underprepared, but I don't want to give her... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's somewhere I'm going with this. Oh, shit, and I'm already getting dropped frames. Great. Thanks, Internet. I don't want to blow grenades on all the monkeys. But that was like the easiest way to get back. I don't know if this save was after I killed the first two. Because I actually did a quick test run between earlier and now. And turns out, there's 4 of those damn apes. Along the way, I'm using monkeys and apes interchangeably, why not? And they hit a lot. Okay, so this save was done after the bats. Shit! They hit a lot, and that sucks. Get in the hole, please. That's the first 2. And that's why I was worried about the grenades. So the thing is going to be getting back to the grappling hook and not dying horribly. You see that Congo shit? Planet of the Apes shit? Take your pick. Ugh, boy, what's he even at? I'm in danger. Oh boy, that kind of sucks. He has 4 slots to get what I'm going to bring back. And hopefully not die in the process. No, you don't. I probably should have grabbed the herb off of Rebecca. If I can't do this in 3 attempts and get back to Rebecca, then I take the herb and proceed that way. So I need She has those Magnum rounds as well. Should I grab the Magnum rounds and combine things? Items I can pick up. So how many shotgun shells is it? So I don't even remember. Does it tell? It does not tell. Damn. Does it tell on the map? It does not. It does not. I'm not talking close enough to my mic. Ugh. Let's see. Where are those ink ribbons? They're up there. I think in the interest of the most ammo, I might have to just settle for the grenades, the acid grenades. And then I'm going to march right back to Rebecca. Hopefully not dead. But with that danger status, I'm not holding my breath there. I've got 3 rooms with enemies. The zombies are fairly easy to get by, provided I can steer. I will say I do feel like I'm getting better at the tank controls. It only took, like, this far into the second game with them before I'm, like, just a little bit better. Come on. Whoop. And the worst part is I feel like there's a first aid spray somewhere that I could be getting, and I don't remember where it is, and apparently I didn't interact with it for it to show up on the map, or I've already used it. One of the two, because it's not on the map. Nope, soldier, cop, person, cop. Cop? Or would it be one of Umbrella's goons? Run, quickly, running, oh, it's the next room where I run, that's right. And just like that. Okay, that was attempt 1. Looks like I had to kill at least 2 of those damn things. Earlier when I tried this, they weren't right on the door like that. Damn it. So I'm wondering if there's like a random element to their positioning. You are entering an insane world. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of sad. The games in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. Because I don't dream enough to justify that line, whatever. Anyway, moving on. So, we've got that. We have an escape from apes. Am I close enough to... oh shoot, I should have left that. I'm not close enough to trade, so let's just... Here we go. Ah. You have to be like arm's length in order to exchange, don't you? Come on, game. What even is that? I mean, it's realistic, but... we seriously doing realism in a zombie game? Oh, man. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's that wonderful Sunday lull. Now, this is what I did earlier. I'm already holding the right bumper. Or R1 if you... Ah, come on! Get closer, get your buddy over here. Ah, come on. Are y'all done? Oh boy, I only have one grenade left, which is actually better than my previous attempt, but he's still in danger, so that's not great. So if I can get past the other two without being brutally murdered, then there's still a chance. Nope, none of that. Not a wide swing. I mean, I suppose it could be worse. They could be, like, throwing their horrible monster monkey poop at me or something. I mean, that would be really embarrassing to be killed by. Can you imagine that? You're in a zombie apocalypse. You got horrible monsters everywhere. You have dogs with their flesh rotting off, their cops like smiling involuntarily because that's just how their mouth is frozen now, and then all of a sudden a friggin' monkey escapes from the zoo and you've got poop in your face and you're dead somehow. That'd be awful. And embarrassing. Okay, what did I settle on? I settled on ink ribbons and the grappling hook, because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to save is. Oh, boy. It's gonna be the worst. It's death by poop. It's like, man. I'm wondering, you know, Major League Baseball player gets mugged by someone on the john, and the only thing he has to take back what's his stolen wallet, is the turd that he just left in the toilet. Could you brand someone with your own feces? If you could throw a 90+ mile an hour fastball, you know, food for thought. Oh god, why the hell did any of that had to come to mind? I regret nothing. Oh boy, just gotta get Billy back through like 2 deadite scum and then the apes that follow. Ugh. Feel like I should burn my last grenade just to stun those 2. I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't know if that'll just slow me down, but hey. Alright, come on, fire! Damn it! Okay, woo! Close! No! Ladder! Worth it, I'm not dead. Pro strats! Boy. Now the worst thing would be if more baddies spawned here, because then I would be sad. Also dead, but more sad. Boy. Shortly before doing this stream, I also watched a video about speedrunning. Not specifically, well, not like the broad topic of speedrunning, but, you know, just a whole... Let's see. Oh, yeah, if I'd been able to use that grenade earlier, I could have actually grabbed another item, but whatever. Whatever, that's not the whole purpose of this. So yeah, video was specifically 2 dudes speedrunning a specific game. The video is titled The First Step. It's part of their series. I think it's a Games Done Quick thing. And apparently the idea is that speedrunning does not have to be like prohibitively difficult to get into. It's like you just find your game of choice and you practice and you play, and after that the speedrunning just sort of happens. And the game they were playing, oh god, why can't I even remember the guys' names? Damn it. Something Keys, and other guy's name started with a J. But they were playing Metroid Fusion. I know I've mentioned on stream before, I really love that game. And they were playing by Game Boy Player and playing on the GameCube. And both seeing who could beat that game faster. They were both racing. I think the stream was, I think it was like a 4-hour stream that they were doing, seeing who could beat the game within that time. Made me really want to find that GameCube player disc at a sane price. A Game Boy player disc for GameCube, because I have the Game Boy player, but I have no disc. Grabbed it back before I realized, hey, Nintendo games don't really depreciate in value. So I figured, hey, I'll just grab that disc, you know, some point while it's still less than $50. Fun fact, no. Not even a little. Oh boy, that's not good at all. Oh. I should go back and drop those ink ribbons and pick up his gun, too. While I'm doing this. I would very much love to play more Metroid Fusion. I wouldn't be playing it on stream, though, because I have a hardline stance on a very small few number of games and companies that I would not stream at all. Nintendo is on that list. None of their first-party titles I just won't. They've been very DMCA happy, and I just don't feel that's a good idea. Which is really unfortunate, because I love a lot of the games of theirs that I've played. Obviously, EA as well. If I were to speedrun any game, I think it would be an Armored Core game. One of the PS2 titles. Not Last Raven. I like Last Raven, but something about it, I just don't feel like I would be speedrunning that one. I think it would be Armored Core 2 set, the 2 set or the 3 set. It'd be one of those 4 titles. 2 in Another Age or 3 in Silent Line. I really feel like it'd be Armored Core 3. If I were to start learning how to speedrun an Armored Core game. Oh boy, gotta somehow let her in. It's not because I like 3 more than Silent Line specifically, or anything like that. It's because I'm just, in general, more familiar with and more comfortable with it. Oh boy, this circuit breaker appears to be supplying power to the elevator. Lift the handle. Okay. I see a red herb. That's nice. Let's, and not take it just yet. I'll come back for it, see if I can... Okay, it should be on the... Oh, it got brighter. I guess that's how you can tell that something is visible on the map now. Yeah, right there. Okay. Make sure I can go around and scenic view of the lake can be seen from a cliff. Gotcha. Make sure I can get back here first. Okay, so Becky is wounded, but she has the benefit of healing herbs. Yay, it didn't turn into a zombie mosh pit immediately. I was somehow worried about that. Oh, man. Armored Core. Oh. I think with Armored Core, part of the the thing, and I wouldn't be using like a bunch of glitches either. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think glitch speedruns are kind of cool, just the fact that you can exploit things to corrupt memory and teleport from the first 14 seconds of the game all the way to the final boss's head exploded cutscene or whatever. But I would want to play the game, like, actually play the game. That's just how I would feel. If I were speedrunning a game, I would have to do, like, a glitchless speedrun. I know that's a category. And I feel like Armored Core 3 would be the one I'd want to do that with. I'd have to learn how to quickly make the loadouts, the builds that I wanted. Hello. Someone was evidently looking for something here. There's a water pitcher here. It's empty, though. Oh, okay, Marcus's Diary 2. We already had one of these, didn't we? I want to say we did. I don't know what voice I did for him, but what the hell ever. This page has been torn out. Noted. Oh man, some of it's actually legible on the page. I didn't even notice that. I'm not used to that with the little background images of the documents. That's cool. Okay. I also don't remember what his voice was like, so I can't even try to mimic it. Trouble is unlikely, but I closed my babies up in a special capsule. Okay, his babies. That's insane. But it won't be safe if I hold onto it myself. I'll hide it in that place. To hide a leaf, put it in the forest. Okay. To open the capsule, the special stripping agent is necessary. No way Spencer's lackeys could figure out how to make it. Well, the joke's on you, because I'm not one of Spencer's lackeys. Number of books about viruses. The titles are all unfamiliar to you. Are any of them like Dean Koontz novels? Did he ever do anything involving viruses? Oh, hello. Here's this asshole. Oh, that bodes well. I didn't even notice him. Sudden pop-up zombies. Oh, that's even better. Hey, ink ribbon. How's my inventory right now? It's not ideal. Elevator chute for transporting items connected to the operating room. Send something to the operating room? No, because I don't know where that is. But I've interacted with the ink ribbon. Let's see what we got. Hey, Billy. Okay, sweet. Catching up. Armored Core 2 would be another fun one, I think, to run through. I just love the plot. I mean, I love the story in there. Plot is okay. I don't know, same thing. Same enough. What am I saying? I'm barely awake. Whatever. Leos Klein's attempted insurrection and takeover. And the rise and fall of the man as he tries to take over a weapon on Phobos. Rebecca, are you here? Hello. So I guess it's... get over there, I'm partner. Guess it's team time. Send something to the operating room. It's going to open up the menu. Okay, what's in there? I wanted to see if there was something in there, but hey, no dice. Where's the operating room, anyway? Okay, I'm looking at 3 red doors. Are they red because they're locked, or are they red just because... Why are they red? Wouldn't you be red too if someone grabbed your knob? Okay, so there's that. So that's blocked. This is a wall that is reading as a door, and I have no idea why. Let's see if I can check this plaque out. Nope. I mean, I could grenade it, but no. Nah. Hmm. Perhaps some investigation is in order. So what do we have now? We have the elevator here. We have that room down there. It's like one room. And I still feel like I haven't examined it well enough. There's one dead dude on the ground. There's that way. I did not just hear footsteps. Let's see what's on top. I think it was just the roof, but I should have looked around a little more. Yeah, just the roof. Great place to be during a thunderstorm. I kind of can't wait to get to future Resident Evil games, stuff 4 and beyond, where, you know, after where I'd stopped playing, just so I can see if Billy is in any future games. I don't know, I just feel like I'd like to see, because I know Rebecca is. I'm just curious if this character is just like a one-and-done thing. Alright. Altar here, something ominous. Wait. There's a little squiggle there that tells me in that room that I was in, there's some other entry or exit that I just missed. At least I think it does. Unless I'm totally misunderstanding the map key. Also, did I just see his belt buckle right? That is a huge belt buckle. Oh, no, that's not a belt buckle. It's just a hoop. Okay. I looked at that wrong. I was thinking it was one of those awful, like, Texas-sized metal plates like you'd hide a Derringer behind or something. Wait. Yeah, it's just a little hoop for the fabric to go through. Oh, boy. Man, Derringers, just what even a little shitty-looking little pew-pew gun. You don't need much in order to make a bullet do bullet things, but man, that's an ugly pea shooter. It is interesting to me to see the ways which people can hide those things in, like, movies and such. Oh god, what was that movie that had Jeff Goldblum was a secondary character. He had one on a little wrist-mounted rack. I've seen those before. What's his name in Django Unchained? His name was King. He did a thing. He did that too. Oh, this kind of sucks. What in the... Okay, I'm seeing... I'm not even thinking about up. I'm not even placing verticality here. That's going to be a problem, I think, for me, as I'm not even looking up. So, wrist-mounted Derringer racks. I have yet to see the movie Taxi. That dude hit a much larger firearm, to my understanding. Oh, no, he doesn't have any space. No! Oh, hell no. I are dead. Oh, boy. Hey, still progress. Ugh.
Resident Evil 0.
And looking forward to Sonic Origins. Something like that. Bullshit. I don't know. It doesn't look like a bad thing to me by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just like, Sega, why you gotta... Oh, wait. Oh god, for a second I was worried. Let's just leave these here. It's like, I don't see why Sega has to delist the old games that are in it in order to push it. I mean, I see why they would want to. I'm just like, okay, but what if options, Sega? But yeah, they're apparently delisting all those older Sonic games. 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles, and CD. I think it's May 20th that happens. And I'm like, okay. I hope they don't make it a habit of doing that. I mean, it's technically a valid business practice, but it's still kind of shit. It's like, hey, you never know. Things may happen and make your new game a broken, unplayable mess somehow. That's always a fun experience. Okay, wait. Okay, I was looking at the shotgun for a second. I'm like, what? Okay. You know what? I might let her up on the rooftop this time. Whoop. Yep. There we go. Of course, I can't complain too much about Sega CD, Sonic CD, bleh, Sonic CD being delisted because I have it, but I've never played it. Something about time travel, I don't know, and crazy anime cutscenes that had their music changed in future releases because of licensing or whatever. Like, I hate that. Also, and I know they do it for clicks, I've noticed GameSpot doing a lot more like videos for like lists, not videos, articles with like lists and shit on them. I'm like, really? We're going with that, GameSpot? I mean, come on. They're doing it for clicks. I get it. I'm like, it's a tabloid site, basically. It's a gaming tabloid. But, yeah, they do have some fun lists on there every now and then. They had one, though, that had Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes you'd want to scream out loud, and I'm like, almost none of them, I think, are in that category, and some of them are, like, name-specific, so it's like, why? But, yeah, the first quote they have on the list, I'm like, there is no reality in which I would want to scream his rant on how good bodybuilding makes him feel from, oh god, what was that? Pumping Iron, that old documentary. Because he goes on a rather coarse rant on how great he feels as he works out, and I'm like, how about we don't though, Arnold? Trying to remember. Oh yeah, It's Not a Tumor did make it on the list though, so you know, can't complain too much. Ah, shit, what's his name didn't follow along. I didn't set him back to team. boy. Trying to think. Other Arnold quotes that were on there. They had some that were just like, why though? Couple from Total Recall, him over dead Michael Ironside, whatever his character's name was, like, see you at the party, Richter. I'm like, okay, let's hope that someone remembers that when you yell that at them. It's like they didn't have the obvious one with the drill gag, Benny and his giant earth mover driller machine, and Arnold gets on top. He's like, "Hey, Benny, screw you!" I'm like, come on, that was a gimme, GameSpot. They did have one of my favorite dumbass one-liners from Running Man. And don't get me wrong, the one that I'm talking about now isn't the one that they had on the list. They had, they didn't have the one where he's ranting at Richard Dawson's character Killian, talking about how he hopes he leaves some room in his stomach because he's going to ram his fist in there or break his damn spine or whatever. And like, hey, I'm coming for you, whatever. But let's go on ahead and interact with that. Oh, she doesn't have the grenade launcher. That's right. So she can't deal with the acid guy, like, at all. So I guess it has to be him. Do I have to deal with the leech guy? Why did I say acid guy? Whatever. But yeah, they had a quote in there when Arnold took out one of the Running Man goons. Here's Sub-Zero! Now, Dane Zero! I'm like, oh boy, so that line exists. They said, I believe in the article, they couldn't find a real reason to throw that out there. I'm like, you're a gaming website. You can't tell me that you haven't heard of fighting game tournaments. That's totally a thing people do. I'd totally yell that out. Mortal Kombat tournament? Beat someone's favored blue boy? I love dumb 90s one-liners. Dumb 80s one-liners, too. Let's see, use. Oh, boy. I get hit once by that dude, I'm dead. I need to just use the item. I hate doing this, but for the greater good. What's the... Wait, was there something in that chair? I didn't even notice that in the chair. Laboratory Manager's Diary. Today, under Director Marcus's orders, I changed the platform entry code. Later, I asked him what the source of the entry code was. He told me it was based on something significant in his children's growth. But the director is a loner, he isn't married, and he sure doesn't have any children. What did he mean? He meant he's a freaking weirdo. That's what he meant. Okay, gasoline. Yeah, as if that wasn't a hint. Oh, I want those acid grenades back, those fire grenades back so bad. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. That's a waste of a grenade. Damn it, I wanted that map. I want that map. I want it, want it, want it. Here we go, thank you. Ah, boy. Took the lab map. Oh, shoot. I probably should just die and reload now. Oh, and welcome, no third impact. Let's see, the Running Man. Oh, Runaway. Oh, boy. Gene Simmons. Like the exercise man, Gene Simmons. Heat-seeking bullet that tracks people through air. That is kind of crazy. That is great. Also, welcome. Peanut Butter Cup Blondies. Hell yes. Whoop. Oh, boy. Maybe mostly listening. Alrighty. Man. That list, though, Running Man. I'd like to read the book of the Running Man, because I know it's way, way different from the movie. It's so much. It's like the difference, I think, between Starship Troopers book and movie versions, and I would like to see firsthand. It's locked. Gotcha. Okay, let's check this map again. We got a save room to the right and more lab crap to the left. Yeah, GameSpot though. It's like I don't even know that I should be on that website anymore with their hard detour toward like movie news, but they do have some good articles. Oh, that's coming with. Wait, no. What's his inventory like? She has nothing. He has one space. And she has one space. I'm going to drop those Magnum rounds, though, with her. I'll drop them by the typewriter here. I wanted to say keyboard. Where was I at? I'm going to go back and get the red herb with her. Oh, boy. But, you know, my quibbles with GameSpot aside, they do have some interesting articles in that type, and they also had one recently on, oh god, what was it? Well, it was a list I'm not sure really I could argue with entirely about the worst comic book movies in the 90s, and yeah, I mean, most of the entries on that list were pretty bad, but you know, it was the 90s. They had one on there that I'm not entirely sure I agree with, although I will agree it wasn't a great movie. Spawn. Apparently Michael J. White has said he hated that movie. It's not a good movie. I'm not even going to pretend it is. But special effects were pretty decent at the time. And that was one of their complaints about the movie, was that the special effects were terrible. And I'm like, but they weren't, though. The one-liners were pretty bad. John Leguizamo, also pretty bad. And I like John Leguizamo. Yeah, Leguizamo. Words. But the one that I think I took the most issue with was the inclusion of the Phantom. Now, here's the thing. I don't care much for Billy Zane in movies. I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't care much for his acting. I don't care if it's Titanic or Phantom or that awful, awful TV movie / pilot Invincible. Just, good God, what was that turd? I'd have to look that one up again to even really be able to describe it. But yeah, Phantom, I think one of their biggest issues with it was the camp, and I'm like, but it's a very old franchise. It started out like 1930s and 40s comics and serials and such, so it's like, of course it's going to be camp. That means they did the tone right. By pretty bad, for John Leguizamo, it was actually kind of rough. I mean, don't get me wrong, Leguizamo, he can be fun, but he usually does irritating characters. Oh god, what was it? Assault on Precinct 13, he was this sleazy little dude in there. Of course, Luigi Mario. Clown, he does... For some reason, though, I found Clown to be grating. And I'm like, how does that work? It's like, I mean, I guess he did it right if Clown was grating, but still, damn. Oh god, I gotta watch that movie again, though. It looks too high to jump down. Okay. This looks like a job for maybe grappling hooks? Oh god, his cheerleader bit is Violator. That was the part where they were criticizing the CG, was the Violator in Hell scene, where that was one of their criticisms. Man. I'm like, it was still decent for 90s CG. I mean, I can't complain. Also, Martin Sheen was there, automatically bumping the movie up a point. Yeah, Phantom, though, that was the one. And movies like that, I would love to have, like, a whole shelf of movies like that. The Phantom, The Shadow, The Spirit. I have the Darkman trilogy on DVD, thanks to a generous gift from a friend of my brother's. Oh, son of a... Yeah, so many of those kind of 1940s serial style movies. Those are my jam. They're not always good, but they're my jam. Oh boy. February 3rd, 1978. Administrated tea into 4 leeches. Their will to survive leads them first to parasitism and predation. Then they breed and multiply. Such a single-minded biology makes them attractive candidates for bioweapons research. Afterwards, no major changes observed. Then some week later, in 1978, 7 days since administration of tea. Rapid growth to double former size. Signs of transformation emerging, spawning successful. They double their numbers in 1 hour, but their ravenous appetites lead them to cannibalism. Bleh. Hastened to increase food supply, but lost 2. Funny that they should use the phrase food supply. We all know what that is. That's great. That is great. About a month later, in March 7th, provided them with live feed, but lost half when the live food fought back. However, the leeches are learning from experience and are beginning to exhibit group attack behavior. Okay. Leech packs. They are also ceasing cannibalism. Their evolution is exceeding expectations. Another month and a half later, the leeches no longer exhibit individual behavior even when not feeding. They move as a collective. So we go from pack leeches to hive mind leeches. They consume everything I offer with a remarkable efficiency. Another month. An employee has stumbled onto my experiments. Can a human be a food source? Oh, they actually weren't feeding humans to them. I'm actually surprised by that. Wow, Umbrella surprised me by being less monstrous than I expected. How will the leeches respond? Okay, June 3rd. A day worthy of commemoration. Today, they began to mimic me. Sure, they recognize their father. Wonderful children, no one will take you away. Okay, that's creepy. No one will take you away. Leech growth records. I mean, call leech defects here or something. Oh, what the hell? Ah! Why?
Resident Evil.
The one zombie in that room wakes up and she's already dead because she's already almost dead before you even get... Oh, okay, come on. That is less than cool. Trying to think of how to handle this so I can get them the most health. I suppose I let Rebecca keep and use that herb now, because this is not great. Okay. But how will he get the red, or how will he get the... green herb. I mean, he'll get the green herb, but how he can't combine them. Wait, what? Oh. Whoops. Damn. Well, I think I can leave the pistol for a moment because it's not going to be the most useful. Oh boy, some backtracking. Also in Sega news, I forgot entirely about the story. Apparently, Sega's push for super games or mega games or whatever nonsense they were on about has led them to developing new Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio entries. I'm like, okay, we'll see how this pans out. And then I read the fact that they're apparently going to be free to play and have microtransactions, and I'm like, damn it! So, looks to be that Crazy Taxi is in development. It's been in development for a year, and it's slated for a release in around 2024 to 2025. I'm like, that one I think makes the most sense to me of the two to be, like, free to play and MTX. I don't... It was always pretty arcadey from the look. I don't know enough about Jet Set Radio to say anything, but still, come on. But apparently they're looking to have their whole gaming super game initiative. I'm like, okay, but how about we don't, though? But hey, I mean, if nothing else, maybe we can get some good new Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio stuff in the not too distant future. Maybe they'll actually be better. Maybe I'll be surprised by how good they are, but I'm not a fan of... As long as the microtransactions aren't heavy. Because I've played games with microtransactions in them before that weren't just horrible. So I can live with that. Ah, wrong button. I do that every time. It'd be nice if Sega had a little more info on their Super Game Initiative, but I suppose if the first two games they have mentioned are slated to be released in 2 years, I suppose it'd be fair to say too early to really say anything. So we'll see about that. Sega, please don't say Metaverse. Your Metaverse one more time. I think I'm just gonna puke. Okay. Gotta remember how I was gonna do this exactly. So he's got the red herb. He can't really use that. I suppose I need to leave that with her for the moment. This will save me, I think, a pair of grenades. As long as I don't get whipped by the Leech Man. Not too early. Can't even lock on the zombie here. That'd be great. Okay. And while I'm thinking about interactivity, I've been messing around with that program. I know Blind Archer's mentioned it before, and I've seen it around a little bit in its predecessor, FaceRig. I've been playing around with animes trying to get that working, because it turns out there's a character creator function in animes, and so it's caught my interest now. Only problem is my webcam of choice died. It's an old Logitech number, and I think it's a Logitech C920. It did the job, but I don't know. I don't know if I just don't have enough lighting, or if the face capture is not where it needs to be, but I know that I'm not really having the best results with the FaceRig. The mouth just does not sync well. It's a cool app. If I could get it to work, I'd be very tempted to use it on stream from time to time. Just for a bit of fun. Okay. Get this. Because I like the idea of having a little webcam thing. You can create your own little cheesy avatar and... Please be done. And... Oh, that actually looks like it may have been able to do damage. So if the Leech Man explosion does damage, then that's not great for Billy in the long run. Now, Animes was fun, but the other one that I took a brief look at, you may have heard of VTube Studio. And I took like one look at that, and it's a bit rough to get into. I backed out of that one pretty quickly. There were only like a couple of models available in it, and on the PC version, there's a mobile phone version, of course. Why not? You have the generic giant-breasted lolly character. I'm like, okay, that's great. Thanks, guys. Obviously, you don't have to use it, but you know they have the other ones. It's like that. You have another generic high schooler or two and some weird cats. If I could figure out how to import characters to it, it'd be fun to dabble with. But I think I'll stick to Animes because it didn't make me feel dirty in like 30 seconds. Just what the hell? Let's see. Can't carry it now. That's fine. Can't carry it now. That's fine. Just marking them on the map. Okay. There's not a way to go forward in here, I remember. Where is I at? Next room. Grenades seem to be such overkill. I need to find out how to get back to Rebecca, is the thing. She's in danger every second that she's alone because she has, like, no health. Oh, boy. Oh, hello. Elevator for transporting items. It appears to be connected to the reference room. Okay, now we can get her healed up. Oh, boy. This might actually be good. I mean, of course healing's good, whatever. What am I thinking? But, you know... Okay, is that zombie awake? Now, he's not up yet, but he will be soon. What? That's mean, game. That's really mean.
Resident Evil.
Oh, boy. Oh, I've got to figure this part out. I'm going to give this one more attempt. Whichever one is low in health is the one that I back out to a safer room, which I should have done in the first place, but let's face it, I'm not that bright with these kind of things. Boy. I didn't take his pistol along earlier, so let's just leave these ink ribbons for a moment. Boy. And back up to the roof. Man, I have yet to play the Balan Wonderworld demo. I think they pulled that as well at one point, so I don't know if it's even still available. But yeah, I was interested in checking that out, but apparently, because I seem to remember it getting pulled shortly before release due to like negative criticism, but that game's come up in the news again recently because game director Yuji Naka has finally been able to speak out on his own behalf, as apparently Square Enix was he had to sue Square Enix because a lot of shit happened during the development, and he was kicked off the dev team, and they released the game in a broken and busted state, to which he's saying the game is basically, it was released in a disgrace of a state. And I'm like, okay, that sucks. So that would explain a little bit more why the demo was pulled, if that's true. But he's come out with a whole tweet storm over how apparently Square Enix and developers RZest don't seem to care much about the games or the gamers that play them if they're willing to release a game in that state. It sucks to hear anyone say that, but you got a game director saying, yeah, they done goofed. What the? Oh, I'm controlling the wrong character. I see. Let's try this again! Yeah, Balan Wonderworld, though. Of course, I also hear that even when the game did release, it's like, there are people who say it could have been better given more time in the oven, but then there are apparently aren't many actions attributable to the action button. I'm like, okay, one button controls, that's not like the worst thing, but it's not a great sign. Also, welcome Altisen. I mean, you've got like infinite runner games on mobile that actually get by with less, so I mean, you can make a somewhat engaging title with a relatively few number of buttons. I mean, look at what Atari did for like so many years, and Atari and the developers who made games for those, and then, you know, later Nintendo with a D-pad and like basically 2 buttons to work with most of the time. So it's doable. Let's see. He's got the red herb. I'll give that to her. I probably should have had him take the herb this time. Oh boy, I die this time due to some stupid crap that I should have predicted. It'll be basically game over for the weekend there, but I'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, games that have too many options for too few buttons. Now, here's the thing. Most of the time, I'm fine with a simple hop and bop kind of game. You know, you can't really go wrong with simple turtle stomping action. But every now and then you do want some more. But then you get games that just have like way too much to do. And Grand Theft Auto comes to mind. Don't get me wrong, I love Grand Theft Auto. I don't remember the last time I beat one, but they do have a bit of that problem where move, running. They do have a bit of that problem where there's a lot to do with those buttons. They're really bad about it. Open world titles have a bit of that. And then we have, like, drive a car around a track automatic. Yeah, I mean, some people like manual. I don't. I mean, if I were better at manual, maybe I could do some fun things while driving, but in general, in a game like Grand Theft Auto, I just want to be able to turn my vehicle and make the bullets come out of the guns and call it a day. A cockpit of a flight simulator, that's that's like walking down the street in Grand Theft Auto 4. It's like, I remember they were like bragging about how insane how many options they had in that game, where like you can pick up bricks on the side of the road, and the way he walks changes, the animation changes from like stepping on different terrain, which is a feature that's basically taken for granted. But yeah, Oh boy. Flight simulator thing. Yeah, it does feel like it. Monster Hunter PSP versus Monster Hunter World. I only ever played the demo of one of the Monster Hunter games on PSP, so I don't have the most familiarity there, but it was a bit rough. I mean, I seem to remember, of course, the basic movement and hacking and items, and then you have like call-outs and stuff. It felt like they were trying to squeeze like an MMO's controls onto the PSP's pad, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's a bit overwhelming to newcomers. I mean, oh boy, and I hear the zombie. I already hear it. World basically being an MMO, yeah, I can buy that. I do need to play that game at some point. I would very much like to give Monster Hunter World a try. Late to the game again, I suppose. Oh, that's wonderful. And oh, I don't want to use this. I don't have another weapon with him though. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Can Rebecca get to the thing? Or he gets to be Monster Chow. Probably if I actually turn with her. Oh, man. The Monster Hunter games, there's a lot to those. That's not why I never got into them, though. The demo on the PSP one, though, that one did seem a bit on the rough side. Like, it did not give a great beginner feel to... I don't know how to put it. It did not seem very beginner friendly, and I was hoping that Monster Hunter World would take care of a good bit of that, and I'm led to understand that to an extent it has. So, yay. I'm definitely down. Okay, now I need to see about getting him his pistol back. Yeah, let's grab them meds. BC powder, because you've got things to do. I'm trying to think of another game with way too many controls. Oh, if I could think of one that wasn't like an open world title. Because context buttons are fine. I will admit, though, when I originally played Metal Gear Solid 2, I was a tad overwhelmed with the control options when I was much earlier in my gaming experience. Yeah, let's go back to Rebecca real quick and grab his pistol from upstairs. His pistol, and I suppose bullets wouldn't hurt? Context buttons are kind of a delicate balancing act, I think. It's nice to have extra options, but when you're just drowning in them, that's bad. And what makes it worse is so many modern games, you don't have a manual or even a reference sheet in some cases. It's like, you have like a little 2-page paper fold-out at least with the controls. Come on. Inventory management overload. Yeah, this game's got a bit of that. It's one of the things that frustrates me a little bit about Skyrim. Skyrim's far from the worst about it, but every time I play Skyrim, I immediately look up the console command for increasing your weight limit. So inventory management is bad. Okay, that's an issue with Monster Hunter World. Okay. Yeah, Skyrim, yeah, that is one thing I will give Skyrim. You can do it at your leisure. I just hate having to manage a bunch of items and feel like I'm always low on space. So that's more a nitpicking thing. But the Monster World games, I don't recall ever seeing them stop while doing items. So that makes it a little rougher in their case. Oh, when you have to sharpen weapons and pull out healing items and whatnot. Okay. 24 items to find the one you... Oh, man. Now that's something I'm like... For a while, I used to see games on PC that were criticized for having a consoleized UI. This is something I've seen typically mentioned in terms of like a weapon wheel. Ah, you've got it, the radial menu. It's like some games really need that and they don't have it. I'm like, if you have the option, I suppose. Okay, he's still there. He's good. Oh boy, she's got too much stuff in her inventory. They both got too much stuff in their inventory. They have functions that do the exact same thing. I've got to check those games out. Finally, he has another gun. Yeah, if you can... how to put it? With a radial menu, usually when I see it, it's in a game and you have like so many things that go on the radial menu to begin with. When you have a game like... If you had a game like Skyrim or whatever, if you could customize that radial menu to have the items you want at a glance, I think that would be ideal there. Oh, infinite scrolling, that's nice. If it's that thing where you can like scroll down to the bottom of the menu and then hit down one more time and it'll start you back up at the top, I'm fine with that. That's one of those things that just didn't quite happen often enough early on like PlayStation and PS2. So I really got to appreciating that when it was there. It's still missing from some games. I'm like, what are you doing? It's a quality of life issue. Absolutely is. Oh boy, he has all the bullets forever and no room to pick up anything. I should probably send something back her way. There's a first... Son of a... Ah! All that effort, and there's a first aid spray right here. That's great. Little series made about Joe Biden getting sucked into Skyrim called Jovakin. I have not. I'm about to see if I can send the grappling hook because I don't know how much use it's about to have. If nothing else, I could send the bullets back because he's got... I'll fill his gun up, then send him back. Okay, investigator's report. I'm going to have to look up that Jovakin thing. Okay, investigator's report. Dr. Marcus, co-founder with President Spencer of the Umbrella Corporation, disappeared 20 years ago. The results of his research have been kept under wraps the entire time. The reason became clear here at the training facility run by Dr. Marcus. Well, not here exactly, but underground. When we ventured below, we understood. There we found the evidence of Dr. Marcus's research into the T-virus prototype called Progenitor. The evidence of years of hideous experimentation that used company employees as guinea pigs. We cannot know how many were forced to become subjects, but based on the evidence, no less than 20 individuals were involved. Some of them were taken deliberately to keep the corporation's secrets safe. Where the doctor is now, I don't know, but considering the recent rapid growth of Umbrella Corporation, I can't help but think that this research is continuing. Yes, his experiment lives and continues to grow in the dark. Those things, the fruit of his research, they fill this facility. The rest of the notebook pages are missing. Like, come on, now I can't tell where Geraldo's story ends there. Door is decorated with a bust of Marcus. There's a space in the base for some kind of object. Alrighty. Well, let's see about sending that grappling hook back. I mean, that herb looked pretty small. Oh, you can't send 2 slot items back. Boo! Oh, I did not mean to send that. I meant to cancel out. Well, I'll just pick it up with her or something. I don't know. Okay, so now we have the problem of who goes next? Whose turn is it? Let's go ahead and send this back to him, because he's got, like, 12 bullets and a grenade round to his credit. She's at least got a shotgun. Jovakin. I really need to get to Skyrim. I was going to do it, like, add mods every time I played and just upload it to YouTube, but... Oh, the first aid's free. Damn it! Ah, boy. Oh, well, I got it marked on the map anyway. Let's see. Double check that I, in fact, do have it marked. Yep, it's marked on the map. I've at least got that, I suppose. Okay, there's something else in here that's showing as a door in this room. So what am I missing? Because it looked like it was in a corner. Some kind of chemical, need a container to carry it. Got it. Oh no, it wasn't in this room, it was in the previous room. Okay, so the bust is another door. I'm gonna check that one room that has like the thing that I saw in the corner that I mistook for a... I don't know. Ah, my brain doesn't work. Oh, hello. Oh, shotgun shells. Oh, son of a... Your face! Sucker. Okay. Talking about the leeches and their progression to intelligence. Oh boy, we got some kind of puzzle. It appears to be a device for pumping gas into the room next door. The device is empty right now. I'm assuming they don't mean gasoline. That would be too empty. Too easy. Whatever. Full of poison gas, so the safety lock has been activated. Okay. Oh, that dude's twitching. Ah, come on! So we found what room triggers the zombie attack for her. Okay. What's her health at? She's in caution already? Damn it! Well, I will need that first aid spray at some point in the near future. Don't move, dirtbag! Oh, boy. Oh. Yeah, the coffee's not working at this point. Okay, I'm going to do something. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it for the weekend, because I am barely keeping my eyes open. Link to the first episode of Jovakin. Tabbing that up right now. Okay. Well, I meant to right-click, but hey, it's still open in a new tab. So anyway, thanks again, one and all, for stopping by. I will be back on Wednesday with a bit more Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops and more goons in Portable Ops on account of spending the last stream on a little recruitment drive. If I can get a little more time during the week, I'll see if I can pick up some more minions. Have a nice grinding session off screen, and get all the soldiers, and we'll have the biggest soldier hat party, and my hat will be the grandest of all. So, so hopefully that'll happen before Wednesday, and then I will come back to this next week on Sunday, and maybe I will know what I'm doing, but let's face it, it's me, so probably not. It's fine! Besides, these two are dressed to party anyway, so it's all good. I mean, look at those shades. He wears his sunglasses at night. Anywho, like I said, thanks again, one all, for stopping by. NavigatorEX here, and I will see you when I see you. Take it easy, party people.